Hello everyone, on behalf of Indian Institute of Food Processing Technology, I welcome you all to the video demonstration on preparation of cakes. Today we are going to see sponge cake with fresh cream and buttercream icing. For cake preparation, initially all the ingredients are weighed. Ingredients like refined wheat flour, sugar, egg, cake gel, water, vegetable oil, baking powder are all weighed and kept. To begin with, initially, some of the ingredients are creamed. They are egg, cake gel that is mixed with water, sugar. So now you can see the ingredients are added to the planetary mixer and they are mixed at the very high speed for 10 minutes. During mixing, the essence is added. This is vanilla essence. Since we are making plain sponge, we are adding the vanilla essence. We will also add the vanilla powder at a later stage. This is called the creaming process, what you see, and this would raise the volume of the mix by 2 times by incorporating air. Next, the dry ingredients are weighed, especially the refined wheat flour, baking powder, and the vanilla powder. After weighing, they are sieved and then added to the planetary mixer. Now all the ingredients are folded into one. The mixing takes place at a lower speed for about 5 minutes, after which we have to stop it and then add the vegetable oil. The vegetable oil is added and then mixed for 1 minute. After this, the prepared batter will be added to the greased trays. Those trays will be kept inside for baking. So you can see this butter paper put at the bottom. This would avoid cakes getting stuck to the surface of the trays. Here again we are preparing chocolate sponge. Again you can see the ingredients. The one extra ingredient is chocolate powder. You can replace 50 gram of maida with 50 gram of chocolate powder in the formulation. So the ingredients are weighed separately and kept. Then the cake gel is mixed with water and it's made ready for doing the creaming process. Egg, the cake gel, sugar, water are all added and then creaming is done for about 10 minutes in the planetary mixer, also called as Hobart mixer. This is the prime equipment we use in bakery. Here again, the essence or the flavor is added in between mixing and then the mixing is continued for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, there is rise in volume of the mix. And then now we are adding the dry ingredients, which is cocoa powder, baking powder, and the refined wheat flour. Baking powder is the chemical leavening agent which we use here, which produces carbon dioxide upon reaction with moisture and heat during baking. That creates the porous structure to the cakes. After creaming, what you do is you add the dry ingredients now as you're seeing in the picture, and then the Hobart mixer is started at a low speed and mixing is done for 5 minutes, after which vegetable oil is added and then the mixing is continued for 1 minute. So the cake batter is now ready. This will be put on into the greased trays or trays which have butter paper at the bottom. You can see the consistency of the cake batter. It is very smooth and has incorporated a lot of air in it. That's why the volume is increased. And during baking, the baking powder will release the carbon dioxide and then there is the porous structure created. You can see the cake batter is loaded onto the trolley. This trolley will be put into the convection oven for baking. So now you can see the trolley moved into the convection oven. Here we preset the oven to 180 degrees Celsius, and once the temperature is 180 degrees Celsius, we will put the trolley inside and will start the oven. This is a rotary oven, so there's uniform heating. The baking is carried out for 20 minutes, and then we have to do checking whether the cake is baked or not. This is done with skewers. We will insert the skewers into the cake and just see whether the skewers are still wet or not. If it is wet, baking is continued for 2-3 minutes. Otherwise, if it is dry, we can remove the baked cake from the oven. So now the cake is ready, and then it has to be cooled to room temperature before doing any other process. Until it cools, we can prepare the icing. As I already mentioned, we're going to prepare buttercream icing and then fresh cream icing. So in butter icing, what we have to do is equal quantity of butter and then icing sugar are taken, and then they are mixed for 20 minutes in the planetary mixer. So this buttercream icing have a long shelf life in refrigerated conditions, at least for 1 week. But the fresh cream icing has a very short shelf life. It has to be kept at freezer, and shelf life is less than a day. So now we are seeing buttercream preparation. Butter and icing sugar are added into the Hobart or planetary mixer and is mixed at a very high speed for 20 minutes. Then the buttercream is taken out and it is now going to be applied on the sponge cake which we have prepared already. So now we are taking the plain sponge prepared out of vanilla essence and powder. Now the butter paper is removed and the cake is leveled out by cutting the uneven surface at the top. The sponge is divided into 3 slices, and then meanwhile we prepare sugar syrup by using 100 gram of sugar and 200 gram of water, and then boiling it and cooling it, and by filtering it we are preparing the sugar syrup. So these slices now will be taken and icing will be done. So this is the cake table which you can turn it and easily use it. So this is the sugar syrup we have prepared. This is especially to give the sweetness and softness to the product. So one slice is kept, and then now the buttercream icing is spread on the slice. So it's spread completely on all the sides. So you can see it is easily applied by turning the table. So after which the next 2 slices are also similarly worked, and you can see the second slice and third slice are kept one over the above, and then the buttercream is spread on all the sides. Now you can do decorations similarly using piping cones which you can get from the market. This you can insert nozzles with different designs, and you can create your own patterns. You can also decorate the surface of the cake with molten chocolate that will solidify after cooling. So this is how sponge cake with buttercream icing is made. You can also spray food colors on the surface and decorate the cake. So these are all the ingredients which we have used in making this sponge cake with butter icing. So any additive we use is all food grade. So this is how sponge cake with butter icing is made. And now we will show sponge cake with fresh cream icing. We have another base made with chocolate. So now we are going to use in fresh cream the whipping cream. So the whipped cream is purchased from the market, and 1 liter of is taken, and then it is mixed for about 10 minutes in planetary mixer. This rises in volume to a higher level, that's why a bigger planetary mixer is used. See, you can see the frothy consistency. This high amount of incorporation of air. So this product is really rich, and fresh cream icing is costlier than the buttercream icing. So now we can see the chocolate sponge and which is added. Yeah, here you can see the fresh cream is spread, and before which sugar syrup is added to the sponge. This is mainly to give sweetness and softness to the product. Now fresh cream is applied all over the surface, and tools were used to decorate the cake. Here chocolate is melted and then cooled and then is applied on the cake surface. With the piping we can also decorate the cake on the sides and the top surface. With the fresh cream cakes, you decorate especially with fresh fruits, fruit crush, nuts, etc. This is how cakes are made, especially the sponge cake with buttercream icing and the fresh cream icing. Thank you everyone for attending this session.